Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard, Cisneros, at your service. Today I will be reading the September 22nd Facebook post and making a few comments on it, and I trust it will assist both of us on our journeys. Here we go. Our thoughts and beliefs birth the world we experience. Today, let us remember that it is our thoughts that birth the world we end up experiencing. Every thought you have makes up a small part of the world you see. The more you support a thought, the greater part of your world it becomes. And so there's no point in blaming the outer world for its expression. For its expression is simply the effect of the thoughts we think. If we desire to change our world, we must first change our thoughts about the world. When we change the cause, the thoughts we think, we change the effect, the world we experience. Today, remind yourself and be grateful that you are not trapped in the world you see, for you have the power to change the cause and thus the effect. Give up, let go, and no longer support the thoughts that do not reinforce the world you want. The world we see is simply an extension and expressions of the thoughts we believe as real. Now, there are two basic types of thoughts. One is the thoughts that we are an extension of. We are an extension of love, our Creator. And some of its expressions are kindness, joy, generosity, compassion, forgiveness, peace. That's one type of thought system, which is our birthright. And there is another type of thought system, which is the opposite of the truth in us, which in truth is not real, but in the illusionary world it is something we do use. And those thoughts, those ego expressions, are such things as anger, judgment, self-judgment, condemnation, hatred, revenge, resentment. And so the more we aligned with either or way of thinking, the greater part of our world and thus life it becomes. And thus let's say we're looking at people's journeys. And in the true way in our truth, we respect each person's journey as sacred. Because we know that each person is simply the extension of God itself, himself, herself. And so we respect their journey. Now, we have been programmed through the ego to judge other people's journey if it does not fit into the ego's definition of what a journey should look like. And so the ego produces these judgmental thoughts. And the more we focus on feeding with our time and energy these judgmental thoughts, the greater part of our life and world they become. So let's say we have 5% judgmental thoughts, just as an example. But we continue to buy into the ego's thinking, and we continue to feed with our time, energy, and focus these judgmental thoughts. So these judgmental thoughts now become, instead of 5% of our experience, it now becomes 10, 15, 20% of our experience. And so we're spending 20% of our time focusing on these judgmental thoughts. And thus 20% of our life ends up being an expression of those thoughts. Equally so, if we align with our true nature and we offer forgiveness for others or our illusions of others' journeys, or we offer simply forgiveness to ourselves because we have forgotten that each journey is sacred, then we increase our forgiveness and those thoughts that align with the truth in us. And so again, let's say forgiveness was 5% of our thinking, then it obviously becomes 5% of our life. And we spend 5% of our life in that state, and what the state produces, which is peace. And so, the more we align with ourselves, the more we offer forgiveness, and the more understanding we have that our own thoughts create the world we see, we offer our brothers and sisters forgiveness for their illusions and for our thinking that their illusions are real. And so we offer forgiveness and self-forgiveness to ourselves. Now let's say that increases to 10, 15, 20% of our life. And now we're offering forgiveness 20% of the time. And we're offering ourselves self-forgiveness for forgetting that we all are in truth and on our sacred journeys. And so 20% of our life becomes sacred and peaceful and filled with forgiveness and love and self-love. And so you see, the outer world is an expression of the thoughts we protect as real. The thoughts we feed with our time and energy creates the world we experience. And so today, let us not judge ourselves for being in an unaligned state of mind, for being judgmental or self-judgmental or in judgment of others, or angry or resentful, or even hating other people. Let's not judge ourselves for that. Let's simply return and align with the truth in us. And remember that each journey is sacred. And when we do, we offer forgiveness and self-forgiveness, and in return we achieve peace, the peaceful state which is our true nature. And so let us do that today. Let us simply remember that we're not stuck in the world we see. If you're experiencing a world with a lot of judgment and hatred and thoughts of revenge, that's the world you have created. That's the world you're supporting. You can equally support a more compassionate, loving, self-loving world. It's your choice. It's your choice of what you do with the thoughts you think. Yes, we have been programmed with certain thoughts that are not, let's say, productive. But our brothers and sisters, our fathers and mothers, our grandparents simply taught us the way they were taught. And so let's not judge them for offering us their quote-unquote truth. Little by little, we realize what our own truth is, what our own sacred journey is. And we figure out that the more we are aligned with our truth, the more we are aligned with peace, forgiveness, love, compassion, self-love, the more peace we have. And that decision is ours. There's nobody else's. There comes a time when we must remind ourselves that we are the creator of the world we see, not anybody else, not our parents, not society, not our peers. It is our personal responsibility to see the world as we desire to see it. And it is our personal responsibility to start creating the world we want to experience and we want to live in. And so let us do that today. Let us not judge ourselves for being not perfect, but let us simply stop ourselves when we're not aligned with our true nature, and align with our true nature, align with our truth, with the peace that we are, with the love that we are. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for joining me today. I love you very much. If you'd be so kind as to like, comment, or share the video, it would help with the listening process, and it might help somebody who can use this video find it someday. If you'd like to leave me a question, I would be delighted to try and offer a response. And if you can please subscribe to my YouTube videos, I would love to have you in this community. Again, thank you for your time. I love you very much, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.